Hey, come on. All right, my people. A big video today. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. And I'm going to go without further ado. Let's make this a little lower because, no, it just feels a bit high. Yeah, it feels slightly down. I'm sure I'm probably in the picture now. But yeah, man, big day. So I think I've made a couple episodes so far. But this is the episode that it's exciting, man, and I knew I just had to shoot. I haven't been doing these as structured. In fact, none of them have actually been released as you're watching it. That's a little sneak peek or little inside information that I've actually just been recording them, keeping them, knowing that I will release them eventually. But yes, today's the day. So I've just received the first sample of the box and I'm gonna open it. So it's from China, and man, I'm happy, man. I'm happy about this. Yeah, man, looking forward to it. So first sample of the box, and there should be a sachet sample in here too. So yeah, man, basically I've been back and forth with the designers, the manufacturers, so many different people, different moving parts. And I think for me, one of the most powerful things for me, or lessons that I can kind of give through this process so far, obviously it's early days, haven't done any, nothing major, but one of my biggest lessons is like just control what you can control, because there will be a lot of things that are out of your control, and it's important to just control what you can control, because you can't control everything. And I think at the start, that starting process of actually building a business is where sometimes we can be unnecessarily busy, and we try and force ourselves to be busy because we always want something to be moving, something to be happening. And I think the reality is, when you've done it quite a few times, you realize that delayed gratification you can't even be spoken of enough. There's gonna be some time, it's gonna take time. It's not gonna be quick. You're not gonna just be successful from day one, get a product tomorrow, and then it's great. So you're better off not rushing and just getting those important first steps right. So everything down to the design and the packaging, the amount of times, the designers had to go back, redo certain things, blah, 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 but it's better that way than it being wrong. Do you get what I mean? And making mistakes. Me and the designer went back and forth, every word I checked over, everything, do you get what I mean? And yeah, man, I'm loving it now. I'm touching it, I'm feeling it in my hand, and to be honest, it feels pretty good. I'm happy with what we went with, because I think originally the thickness of the box that I kind of gave to them was, they said it would be too thick and it would kind of mess with the perforation. I think that's the right way of saying it. So as you see, I've even noticed this. So this part is so thick that when I've tried to bend it at one of the bending parts, it's kind of it's just so thick. And this was one of the things they did mention to me. And again, man, look, even though this is our first order, we bought quite a few boxes, I'm always of the case of that it's not going to be perfect. Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing so a lot of people struggle with, just understanding and realizing and remembering that it's not going to be perfect. It's your first flipping one. You know what I mean? It's never going to be, there's no way you're going to get perfect. Let people use it, try it, test it. And definitely it's not perfect. So I don't know if you can see this, but you've got these different bends and parts of the flap. So when I'm bending it, it's creasing a bit because of how thick the card is. So it's not as easy, like a normal bit of card is flappy. And they did mention that. So I wonder if this part is a bit more, I think this is, I think it's the same. This is the same. So that's something to note down. And it's just something, it's learning as well. So when you're going to fold, use some sort of ruler or something like that, put it in the middle on the part that you're going to fold, and then it won't have a crease. So that's learning, and when we're doing it, because we're actually going to be packaging and sealing the first batches ourselves, so when we're doing it, that's a note for self. But voila, it's powerful to see, man. It's powerful to look at. There's definitely little things that I can see improving already, even just in terms of the design, looking at it. The text on certain parts can be a lot smaller. Here, it's taking over too much of the, you know what I mean? Which is good. It gives it like a fun, you know, position in it. It gives it quite fun. Even here with the dress, it's so big. And I think because, and this is the beauty of doing products and stepping into a new business. I've never really done product before. So, you know, like having a product and building it, like, I guess the big difference is a lot of the work I do is online, always online. So how you design it is how you're gonna see it in person. And now what this has told me that if I'm creating a product from scratch again, I need some sort of AI mock-up 3D that can make a 3D sort of mock-up so that I can kind of see and how it's gonna look from each angle. Because the way we've been given the mock-ups until now haven't been as, you know, it hasn't been that easy to see it, right? So, you know, it's good, man, it's good. I'm happy to have it in my hand. Like, it is a big difference when you've got the item in your hand. You can feel it, you can touch it. It's a beautiful thing. So it's good to kind of have it in my hand, and I'm happy with it. You know, it's a great first rendition. I know we're definitely gonna need more. But one thing I do like is that, you know, one of the things that I really aim for is for it to be like a fun package, right? Like, I want it to be fun. I want it to look bold. I want it to have bold colors. I want it to look like vibrant. So it just fits in your day. And it, you know, I know when I buy something, I want it to just, there's certain things that I buy. Like, I might buy, like, you know, I'm not a big designer person, but some of these like retro designers that are just like mid-price that I used to buy from when I was little, I might buy, so like Hugo Boss or Armani. And I like Armani because even if it's not crazy expensive, the care that they were taking, giving you the packaging and everything like that, looks clean, it looks whatever. Same when I might buy something, like I could buy like a camera or whatever it may be, or a game console, whatever it may be. And you can always tell when that packaging kind of gives you a better feeling because it just looks more like different. Whereas if it's just like clean, or not clean, but just plain, basic, boring, it doesn't really become, you know, it's not nothing too exciting. But if I'm buying this, like the people who are going to be buying this and subscribing to this, like when you see that package and you know, oh, you got your shake and shop package, it's vibrant, it's bold, you're going to have it regularly. This is the kind of thing that's going to get you, you know, make you happy and feel happy about your, you know, just like, it just gives you a better feeling around it, allows you to like enjoy the product. Definitely the thickness, they did mention it, so I'm glad I listened to them at the first case. I don't know if this is the newest thickness, but they did mention that the boxes were too thick initially. That was their initial kind of recommendation. So I'm thankful that we listened to them. And to be honest, I was always gonna listen to them. I told them, I made it clear that, look, like, obviously certain things, you guys are the experts, right? So I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job. So I was happy to take that kind of advice and then go from there. But yeah, I think it's still gonna be a bit this same thickness, which is, you know, it is what it is. Looking forward to getting the sachets. I thought I was gonna get one of the sachets in this, but they did say that the sachet that they had was slightly bigger or whatever, so they may not be sending it. So they didn't send it definitely. But we got the box, the shake and shop pack, and yeah, man, it's always amazing to. I say it's always amazing, but I don't think I've ever experienced this properly. Like, I've kind of bought items that I'm selling that of other people's and stuff like that, so I felt it a little bit, but I will say it feels different when you create a product and then you've got it in your hand. Do you know what I mean? You've got it in your hand, you can feel it, and you see this thing, and you can work on it, improve it, and eventually that you're giving it out to people, because you really get to put in that effort and that you know, that really just refine everything that you're doing. So yeah, I'm impressed with this, man. So on the agenda now, the next month is going to be a big one. It's good now because when you have this, things would get a bit more real. They get very real because it's like it's ready. It's time to go. Like, it's no longer a thought. It's no longer this thing that I was thinking about or whatever. It's time to actually really get this started, get this produced, get this rolling. So I've literally just ordered all but 2 of the ingredients. The 2 of them I've paid for, but there's been an issue with the payment. It hasn't gone through, and whatever, but I did use PayPal, I believe. So I'm hoping that they do me right, and they've got a WhatsApp number available. So I'm hopefully I don't get scammed for that. But I've organised every. I've organised all the ingredients. So by tomorrow, everything would be have been ordered. I've sorted out with the last company, and I think all of them are coming within a week or two max. So ingredients will be here soon. I'm gonna get my food safety course. It takes a day to get, or less, a few hours. I've got that. I've gotten it before. I've done it before, so no stress on that. Pretty easy with that. So I'm gonna get the food safety course, and then it just becomes marketing. We're gonna get the Shopify website designed. I've already been speaking to some designers, and all whilst running another business that we are working very hard to scale to 7 figures too. How do I do it? How am I able to do it? Not thinking, not overthinking. I literally got back from Toronto yesterday, and it was such a beautiful trip, and it was so fast paced, and it was, it wasn't my usual holiday where, we're going to Thailand or we're going wherever. It was very fast paced, very quick, very whatever. And it just kind of reminded me of that, just the balance of different types of things. It's not always got to be one way, and usually it hasn't always got to be like some kind of monk mode based trip. Sometimes it can be a bit more of a lads trip and fun and exciting, and it just reminded me of that fast paced nature that we have as men, and we do have the ability to have as men. I think that we can do more than we let on, and I think in this new world of so much balance, so much mindfulness, and so much only do one thing and productivity, whilst that's great and that's good, and it helps me a lot, it gives me tools to stay on my A game, to stay refreshed. Like now, if I have a long week, I'm working hard, I'm tough, making sales, going hard, then I know that, look, I work hard, let me get a massage, let me get a Thai massage, soothing, relaxing, and amazing. And that kind of helps me. Same with all my other, rituals and things that I do on a regular basis. So it gives you the balance, but you don't want to lose sight of what we're capable of doing. And the way I look at it is that, a Stephen Bartlett or this person or whatever successful person is running 5 to 7 companies at one time, right? Usually, and have so many different things, and their life is like one big business with so many different moving parts. And the only difference is, yes, they have the money to be resourceful and to hire people and delegate, but the mind still has to think and consider all these different businesses and these moving parts and make decisions on them on a day-to-day basis. And I think, what's the difference if me as a one person, who's actually probably got more time, thus having less money than these people, how can I not manage a few, some certain things, right? And I think it's possible. I think it's definitely possible. I think diversification is key. I don't have another product, right? This is my first product, and it's a different type of business. And I hired a VA. The VA has been helping me to really get so a lot of, I say, marketing, emails, all the emails that people are going to receive when they sign up, the VA's already done it. I'm just going to review it. The content, the VA's already started to look into that. It's crazy. And that's what the power of 2025. And that's why I'm doing this series, so hopefully just inspire people and show you what's flipping possible, because it's a crazy world that we live in. This has never been done before. To go from concept in my head, right, to holding it in my hand, not fully complete yet, ain't got the sachet, the box ain't full, I will do that again, but holding something in my hand, this product in my hand, in a matter of months, it's probably been a couple of months, is crazy. All right, and AI helped me with this so much. I would say AI and having a VA, but the VA uses AI. It's a crazy world we're living in, and we're about to scale this thing the fuck up. And one thing I spoke to a lady today on a sales call for Scaling Edge, and one thing I told her is that, look, it's powerful, and I believe in what she's doing, because she built her business that she's just starting and about to scale from a need, something that she needed at the time that wasn't available. And that's exactly what this is based on. So again, there's a connection to this product. The advantage is that I was a fitness coach, I was an online health coach, and even when I was really big on nutrition, holistic health, and you know, I'm always looking for how to optimize and improve and reach the top level of my health and biohack as much as possible. So I started doing the morning shots, and I was, you know, mixing in the morning like a chemist, you know, like an alchemist really, like just mixing turmeric, black pepper, this, cinnamon, and then I've got to mix it and clean up my environment. There's so many different things, and I realized that why isn't there just like a one packet that does this all? And that's where this was birthed, right? No fillers, no nothing. Boom. All right, so I think I've spoken enough. That's episode 3. Whew. I'm looking forward to seeing what this does. Yeah, peace.